And 3, 2, 1, action. Hey, yoga fam, Jessie here. I'm just going to flow a little bit today. So again, I'm not really going to explain too much how to get into these poses other than basic alignment. I'm just going to move and breathe, and if you'd like to move and breathe along, help yourselfie. All right, let's come right into downward facing dog. So from your hands and knees, downward facing dog might show up quick. You might want to come back to all fours and shake out your wrists a little bit, dust off your mat, cat and cow. And down dog might have felt good. So when you do get up there, feel free to pedal out through the legs. Maybe shift your shoulders forwards and backwards a couple of times, coming into plank, and then back up into downward facing dog. And then shift forward to plank, shoulders over the wrists, hips in line with the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, bend your elbows, lower down. When you get to the mat, release the tops of your feet, roll your shoulders away from the ground, lift up, and then exhale, release, press into your hands, lift your hips. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. One more time, just like that. Come forward to plank, deep breath in. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower down. Flip the feet, curl into the upper back, lift up, and then exhale. Release, press all the way up and back, and downward facing dog. Take lots of little, small steps forward, all the way up to the front edge of your yoga mat. If you want to grab your blocks, feel free. We'll take a few breaths in a forward fold. Feet as wide apart or close together as you want. Arms doing whatever you want. On your next breath in, lift and extend halfway. Draw your low belly in and up. And then exhale, fold back down. Inhale, lift and extend. And exhale, forward fold, let it go. Press into your feet. Stand all the way up. Arms lift for the ceiling. And exhale your arms down alongside your body. Maybe fix your pants. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. And exhale, release. Hands to the mat. Step back to the top of a plank. Bend your elbows, lower all the way to the belly. When you get there, release the tops of your feet. Roll your shoulders back. Maybe come up a little higher into cobra if your back is feeling up for it. And then exhale, release. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. We're going to lift the right leg so that we can step the right foot all the way forward. Crescent lunge. Come on up. Hands can stay at the hips, in front of the heart, or overhead. Try to sit your hips a little lower. Maybe lean into your back leg. One more deep full breath. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Switch sides however you want to. So you could flow to switch sides. You could pause on hands and knees or in down dog. And we'll all meet up back there. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg lifts. Step your left foot forward, draw your knee in, leg comes up, chest and shoulders lift, crescent lunge. Any variation, anything that feels good. One more big deep breath. And exhale, hands come down, step back, move things around. Take a few rounds of breath in down dog. And then either take lots of little steps forward or a big step or a hop to the front of the mat. Inhale to lift and extend. Exhale, fold and release. Press into your feet, stand all the way up. And exhale your hands alongside your body. We're going to bend the elbows back behind us. Hug the inner arms together. Interlace your hands at your low back. Roll your shoulders behind your rib cage. And we're coming into a chair pose here. So bend your knees, sit your hips back, Utkatasana. Keep drawing your low belly in and up. Try to lean your chest and shoulders back over your hips. One more deep breath. And then exhale, keep the hand clasp, but forward fold. Hands can stay at the low back or come up and overhead. One more deep breath. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Bend into your left knee. Step your right foot all the way back behind you. Right hand stays down. Left arm lifts up. Modified revolved lunge. See if you can sit your left hip down and lift your right upper inner thigh up more. Lean into your chest and shoulders, and then spin onto the pinky edge of the back foot. Step your front foot about halfway down the mat, and come into a modified side plank, Vashisthasana. Lift your hips, lean your chest and shoulders back. One more deep breath. And then exhale, hands to the floor. Move through your vinyasa. We're going to meet up at the front edge of the mat. So you might have stepped right there into a forward fold. That's a pro move. You might want to take another little walk to the front of the mat or another hop. And then press into your feet. Come all the way up to stand. And release your arms down. We're going to do that same little sequence again. So interlace your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulders behind your rib cage. Lift up through your low belly as you bend the knees and sit the hips back. Roll the shoulders behind you. Keep lifting up through your low belly. One more deep breath. And then exhale, hinge at the hips. Hands come up or stay low. See if you can get your shoulders to move away from your ears. Exhale, hands to the mat. Bend into your right knee. Step your left foot back. Left hand stays down. Right arm comes up. Modified revolved lunge. And then from here, back heel spins down flat, pinky edge of the foot. Your whatever foot that is steps down about halfway down the mat. The more you lift your hips, so don't let them hang too low, the more you lift your hips, the more your chest and shoulders can open. One more deep breath. Exhale, hands down. Move things around. We'll meet up in down dog. Couple of breaths. Lift your right leg straight up and back behind you. Hug your inner thighs together. Take a deep breath in and bring your knee into your nose on an exhale. So not shoulders over the wrist. We're still in down dog. Now, see if you can keep your knee and your nose this close together and shift your shoulders over your wrists. That should be hard. If you want to make it harder, you can move your knee back and forth between your elbows. Whew. Wake it up. And then haul your right foot forward. Both hands come inside the front leg. A little lizard dog, chimera dog. Kind of down dog in the upper back. Lizard in the lower half of the body. And then walk yourself back around the front leg. Reach your hips in the air. Straighten the front leg for pyramid pose. Deep breath. One more deep full inhale and exhale. And then rebend your front knee and step back through your vinyasa. So your vinyasa might be fixing your pants, might be flowing. If you're like me and you're moving and talking, it might just be taking a breath. We'll meet up in down dog. From down dog, lift your left leg. Keep your hips high. Draw your knee into your nose. Curl up towards your knee. And then press your hands into the mat. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. And maybe you want to bring your knee side to side here. Whew. And then whatever you do, haul your foot on forward. Hands come inside the front leg. Hips reach back. Little side body stretch. Walk your hands back around the front leg. Hips reach up. Head and shoulders come down. Pyramid pose. Rebend the front knee. This time, step the back foot forward and come into a squat. So I'm going to turn to face the camera. Whew, getting sweaty. I don't know about you. But come into a malasana squat where you can press your elbows into your thighs and your thighs into your elbows. Try to sit up tall. We'll take a little side body stretch. Make a kickstand with your one arm inside your leg. And then press them together and lean back. Open the other arm. And then switch sides. Make a little kickstand. Open up. Take a deep breath. And then go ahead and release. Option to take a bakasana, crow pose here. So with your feet together, hands on the floor, come up onto your tiptoes. Put a little bend in your elbows so that you can bring your knees to the tops of your arms, almost like they were going to go in your armpits. Keep bending your elbows. Hug in and up from your low belly. Keep pressing into your fingertips. Try to grip the mat with your hands. And then just come out when you're ready. Or if you want to, keep your elbows bent. And like there was a little pull cord from your feet to your belly, all the way down, chaturanga, or like me, to the belly. Wherever you are, step back to plank, come down to the belly for a back bend, and then exhale, lift up and back. Whoo, downward facing dog. We'll shift your hips around, pedal out through the knees. Lift your left leg. Draw your knee into your nose. Keep the hips lifted. Shift your shoulders over the wrists. Step your left foot up. Right hand stays down. Spin onto the pinky edge of the back foot. Option this time to either step your foot halfway down, or just come into full Vashisthasana, side plank. See if you can lift your hips more to open your chest and shoulders. One more deep breath, and then exhale, hands to the mat. Move through Vinyasa. Back in down dog, lift your right leg. Draw your knee into your nose. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Step your foot up. Left hand stays down. Pinky edge of the foot. Option to come halfway. Or if you keep your hips lifted, it'll actually be easier to come into side plank. You can always stagger your feet. Yep. One more deep breath. And then exhale. Hands to the mat. Lower all the way onto the belly. We'll just take a moment here to slosh things around a little bit. Move things side to side. We'll take a pec stretch. So you're going to open your arms wide side to side. You're going to turn your head. Let's see. We're going to turn our head to the left. You're going to come up onto the fingertips of the left hand. Bend your elbow. Keep pressing into your right hand and then roll onto your outer leg. You could stay right here if this is plenty of stretch, or come out of it at all. You could also bend the top leg and step your foot back behind you for a little more stretch. You could always lift the top arm. And then come back through center and over to the other side. So we'll look to the and come all the way back through the middle. And bring your hands alongside your rib cage for a cobra, or maybe a big up dog if it's in your practice and you're feeling ready for it. And we'll meet up in downward facing dog. Let's see. What next? Let's step the left foot forward. Bring the back knee to the floor. Feel free to cushion it with a blanket or a towel if you've got one. And then roll your chest and shoulders back and reach towards the back of your mat. If this is plenty of stretch, you can stay here, or you can bend the back knee and find the foot with your hand. If you get your foot and your hand, kick them into one another. Roll your chest and shoulders back. One more deep breath. And then exhale. Release. Both arms down inside the front leg. Lift your hips, lower your chest and shoulders. Option to bring your left shoulder underneath your left leg. You could either just stay there. You could walk your arms out wide, side to side. If you want, you could pick the back knee up. And then walk yourself up and switch sides how you want to. So you could flow to switch sides. You could just crawl to switch sides like I'm doing. You could do something fancy between sides. We'll end up with the right foot forward, left hand down, right arm reaches back. And again, this might be plenty for your thigh, for your chest and shoulders. You might want to add a little bit more. Kick your foot into your hand. Open up through the chest. And then nice and easy, release the foot, both hands inside. Lift your hips. Lower your chest and shoulders. Maybe duck under your right leg with your right shoulder. And again, all those same options are here, but no obligation to take the same thing. One more deep breath. And then exhale. Unwind and find your way into downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Big breath. All the way out. Look forward, step or jump your feet to your hands. Forward fold. Press into both feet. Stand all the way up, arms lift, and then release your arms down alongside your body. Okay, so come to stand. We're gonna stand on, I guess, the left foot. We'll do what I'm doing. We're gonna bend the right knee and hold underneath the right thigh. Try to sit your hips down. So if your lifted leg is doing like one of these, try to even out through your hips and shoulders. Option to extend out through your front leg. That's it. Wherever you are, keep the leg where it is. Bring your arms up in the air. Ooh. Maybe point your toe. That'll change things. And then we're going to shift forward into a standing split. Fingertips to the ground. Feel free to pause in warrior 3 if that happened for you. And then exhale, forward fold. Press into your feet. Stand all the way up. Arms can lift. And then release your arms down. Second side. We're going to stand on that leg. I don't know which one it is. You're going to hold underneath your other thigh. And first, just get stable. So you don't have to do the same thing that the first side did at all. Hips sit down, spine gets long. Maybe you extend out through your lifted leg. And then leg stays lifted. Arms lift up. Eee! Shift forward. Yeah, maybe you pause with everything parallel to the floor. And then, it'll look like you meant to do it when your hands find the ground for a standing split. Both feet come to the mat. Just take a few breaths there. Press into the ground. Come all the way up to stand. Okay. First side a second time. This time we're going to stand on, I guess it's the left foot if you're doing what I'm doing. We're going to reach down inside the right leg to hold on to the big toe with the right fingers. The other option would be holding like in front of your knee, or the first thing we did. So if you've got your big toe with your peacemaking fingers, try to stand up a little taller and try to sit your lifted hip down. So you could stay right here if this is doing something interesting, or you can extend out through the lifted leg. But try to stay tall. If you hunched over when that happened, see if you can find a longer place in your spine. And then come out when you're ready. Shake it out a little bit. Second side. We'll stand on whatever leg that is. Lift the other one. Hold on to the big toe side of the foot with the hand. Hips stay even, shoulders roll back, core lifts. And then maybe your left leg extends, maybe not. That's it. Just see if you can get taller. Even if your extended knee stays bent, that's great. And then go ahead and let that go. All right, arms reach up, deep breath in, big breath, forward fold. Option for another Bakasana, crow pose here if you want to do another one of those or practice that jumping back. Just a reminder that when we jump back from anything, we want the elbows to be bent like shocks. We don't want to just slam into our rotator cuff. Our elbows are excellent shock absorbers. So watch. When I come from here, I'm going to keep hugging my elbows in. Feet go straight back. Shoulders roll. Maybe chest lifts. And then up and back. Downward facing dog. Whew. Felt good. Here in downward facing dog. Bring the inner edges of your feet together to touch. Come high up onto your tiptoes. Both heels to the right. You can stack your feet one on top of the other or stagger step them. Keep your right hand down. Keep your hips lifting. Left arm reaches up. Side plank. So from here, option one, you could come into like a tree pose with your foot inside your leg. Or You could reach down for your big toes with your hand, kick out, and keep opening. That's it. If you're staying with me, we're coming into low lizard, keeping the big toe. Ah! Yelping helps. Back knee comes down. Reach your left arm back. Find your foot with your hand. Open up through the chest and shoulders. And then exhale. Hands inside the front leg. Low lizard lunge. You could lift your hips and lower your shoulders to get one kind of stretch, or lower your hips and lift your chest for a different kind of stretch. One more big deep breath. And then tuck your toes, walk yourself up and around. Come into a wide leg forward fold. Hi. You could speed skater stretch. You could take a twist. If upside down is something you like to do, you could offer yourself an inversion here. Low to no pressure, just being upside down is an inversion. So if you'd like to add, help yourself. And then we're actually going to step ourselves to the back edge of the mat and move through vinyasa, going the other way. That was a lazy one, so maybe you're tired too. A couple more deep breaths. In down dog, bring your feet together to touch. We're going the other way, so tip the heels to the left, stack your hips, and open up. You could stay right here. You could come into that tree pose, or you could reach down for your foot with your hand. Kick the foot up, and then stack and open. That's it. If you've got the foot with the hand, and even if you don't, we're coming into low lizard. Take a peek at your mat. See if you can place your foot forward. Back knee to the floor. Reach back for your back foot with your hand. Lean your chest and shoulders back. And then exhale. Both hands down inside the front foot. Hips can lift so chest and shoulders can come down. Couple more breaths. And then walk yourself back up and around. Feel free to pause and wide leg forward fold if you'd like some more time there. And eventually back to the front edge of your mat. One last vinyasa. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, and then exhale. Downward facing dog into child's pose. When you get down into child's pose, let your hands go. Let your breath go. Let whatever is ready to let go, go. Start to walk yourself back up. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Guess not. We're going to swing our legs around towards the front of the mat for a little seated forward folding. So if you want to sit up on some height, if you've got a blanket or a towel to just prop your hips up a little bit, that will help you stretch the muscles that want to stretch better. So bottoms of the feet together, knees apart. Press your feet together. Lift your chest. Deep breath in. And then exhale, start to fold. Let your head get heavy. Big breath. Lift your chest back up. Extend out through one of your legs. It's my left leg. Keep your right knee bent. And then one arm to either side of your right leg. Sit up nice and tall. And you could just stay right here, trying to rotate towards your long leg more. Or you could crawl yourself forward. You could maybe find your foot with your hand, or just let your head and shoulders come down. Another option would be bringing your palm face up on your shin and reaching up and overhead. And then come on up, and we'll switch sides. Sorry, my camera went to sleep. I had to cut that back together. So one arm to either side of your long leg. Sit up nice and tall. And then option two, either just stay here and feel your muscles kind of rotate on their own, or you can fold forward. Let your head and shoulders come down towards the leg, or if you want, you can open the chest up. And then when you're ready to come out of there, lift the head and chest, both legs wide side to side, Upavishta Konasana, seated wide-legged forward fold. Go ahead and crawl yourself as far forward as you're interested in. Try to keep your toes and knees going in the same direction if possible. And then help yourself up if you're folded forward. Bring your legs together for Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. See if you can get nice and tall here. So draw your low belly in, feel your armpits lift away from your hips, and then crawl yourself down. Let your head and shoulders get heavy. And then walk yourself back up and come all the way down onto your back. So if you want to bring a blanket under your head, feel free to. Roll your way down. We'll start with a Suchiyantrasana, eye of the needle pose. Cross one ankle, right ankle over the left one. Hug your knees in. Hold behind your left thigh. You could rock around a little bit here. You could extend the left leg if that feels good. Or take like mini twists. And then grab a hold of your shin with your hands. Let your other leg come down onto the floor. And you're going to bring your leg into like a half happy baby pose. So you're going to hold on the outer edge, pinky edge of your foot. And then keep your foot on the floor. You're going to let your left leg lift. And you're going to roll to the right. Let your right top of your thigh come down towards the floor. If that's happening and it feels good, option to extend, begonia, to extend your right leg long. That might feel nice, and it might not feel like it does that. Both are good. And then come on back up and switch sides. Left ankle over the right knee. Hug your knees in. A little rock around side to side or front to back might feel good. And then go ahead, grab a hold of your left leg. Maybe rock things around a little bit. And then hold on the outer edge of your foot. Keep your other foot on the floor and roll to the side. Yeah, let your thigh come down towards the ground. Option to kick that foot out if that feels good. And then when you're ready to come back through the middle, go ahead and release that. We're going to take a Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So Cross your right leg over the left one, this time like you were sitting in a fancy chair or you were holding your pee. And you're going to bring your knees into your chest. So option one would be to just hold on the front of your legs and reach your tailbone forward. That'll do some stuff. Or you can walk your hands down to the pinky edges of your feet. If you get that, kick your feet up. So activate the feet, hug the inner thighs together, and then start to bring your feet towards your face. So almost like you wanted to make a straight line with your shins. And then from there, reach your tailbone, down and forward. That should be some outer hip glute goodness or badness, depending on how you have sensation coded in your hips. That's it. One more deep breath. And then keep the cross of the legs, but release the hands and drop both knees over to the left. Let's take an easy twist. One more big breath. And then second side when you're ready. So come all the way back through the middle. Unwind your legs. And then left thigh tight over the right one. And hug your knees in. So take it step by step. This pose in particular is really different side to side for folks. So as you reach down, maybe for the outer edges of the legs here, no problem if it feels like you walked into someone else's legs. Keep hugging your inner thighs together. Keep kicking your pinky edges of your feet back towards your outer shins and reach your tailbone forward away from your face. One more big breath. And then arms open wide, knees drop to the right. Keep them wound up here for a little extra twisted twist. And then unwind back through center. It may feel good to windshield wiper your knees side to side or hug in close, or maybe a happy baby, something symmetrical might feel good. And then we're going to set up for Shavasana, a little gentle relaxation here at the end of class. So feel free to get comfortable if you want to bring a bolster under your knees, or if you'd like to bring your legs up the wall or come into a different position to rest for the end of class. Oops. I'm going to come up to seated. You don't have to. Just take a few minutes to rest and be. And start to notice your breath. And feel free to just continue to rest and breathe if you're not ready to come out of Shavasana. I'm just ending it mostly for the video's sake. As you breathe, notice how breath is oftentimes the first movement to come into our bodies. And from that internal movement, how do you start to shift? Maybe rolling out your wrists and ankles and stretching your fingers and toes. Maybe rolling your head on the floor a little bit. It might feel nice to stretch out long and reach your arms up overhead away from your feet. It might feel better to hug your knees in close and curl up like a little ball. Wherever you are, roll over to one side and pause there for a breath or two, unless you're not ready to get up. And if you are, use your hands on the floor to press yourself up. We'll end class together in an easy seated position. Just take a moment here. You could let your hands rest in your lap or on your legs, somewhere over or in front of your heart. Maybe one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And see if you can offer yourself a few moments of gratitude for just being in your body, for moving and breathing, and for connecting to wherever you are. Deep breath in. Big breath out. And thank you all so much for sharing your virtual practice with me today. Heal yourselves, yogis. I'll see you soon.